right here for Culture Freedom Radio Network. Most definitely in this house. Most definitely in this house right here on YouTube Live right now. Family, how y'all doing? How y'all doing out there? Oh man, I was trying to get on here a little earlier, but I had a little technical difficulties. But hey, that's I. That's I. But we in this house right here. We're in this house right now, man. Peace, peace, peace. Like I said, ambulance on right now in the house. Hey, I got this little topic of conversation lined up right here today, right here for you, man. Hey, I want to talk about Black community. Stop complaining about our situations and let's change it. Let's change it. Oh, yeah. Let's try to change our situation. We got to stop talking about it, family, and let's do something to change our own situations. That's what we got to do. We got to stop all this complaining about what's happening to us and try to do something about changing it. That's all we got to do. It. That's the only way we're going to get out of it, man. We're going to have to change it on ourselves, change it for ourselves. So we got to stop complaining about it. Yes, most definitely. Oh man, live, yeah, live on air now. So how y'all doing, man? How y'all been doing, man? I think everybody who actually subscribed to the show a little earlier, I appreciate that. I appreciate that for everybody who subscribed to this channel. Man, I'm gonna try to do my best to come on in here and try to bring some great information, not entertainment, but information for you. Most definitely, that's what I'm gonna try to do. That's gonna be my mission, and I'm gonna have to have some guests and everything on here with me as well as we try to come on in this house, man, and do our best to try to bring the information for you. So you can go there and check out. And also don't forget to go check out the website. That is culturefreedomradio.net, culturefreedomradio.net, the man website for Culture Freedom Radio and the Sunray 9 show. Because this right here is the Brother Sunray 9 show. Man, you most definitely want to go over there and check out that website. A lot of great information on the website as well. They have the 24-hour radio station. They're up and running. Man, go over there and check that out. Man, all the time. A lot of indie artists on there, a lot of old school classics, just a lot of great music right there. That's culturefreedomradio.com. And also go over there and check us out right there on Facebook at Culture Freedom Radio Network on Facebook. Culture Freedom Radio Network on Facebook. Go over there and link up, man. Most definitely. Yes, indeed. But hey, man, let me go ahead and get this topic of conversation on. Let me get this topic of conversation on and popping. Let me do that. Let me do that right here, man. Hey, what I want to get into and just say it. I said I was gonna stop getting into a lot of racial related topics of conversation, and I mean that really. I'm really trying to bag away from a lot of racial related topics of conversation. Uh, I've been doing blog talk and this talk show thing for about 9 years. About 9 years doing talk radio, and we deal with every conversation under the sun, not just racial related topics, but a lot of different topics that we have done over the years on Blog Talk. Uh, but now, man, I'm just looking at the point that it seemed like even the more we get into it and just talking about it and trying to do stuff, man, the more we allow it said the more like man we just allowing things and other beings or entities and people, man, to come in and just still use us. Because like I did a show earlier on Blog Talk when I was talking about Christians. um your faith alone is not going to get it. Your faith alone is not going to get it. And I was going by this the chapter of in the book of James 2:14. It says that how it talks about faith without works is dead. Man, we're gonna have to put in some work to change our with our situation. That's why I said stop complaining about our situations and change it, man. That's all we're just gonna have to take. And when I said I want to get away from all of these racial related topics, because even when I was going to do a show just the other day and talk about a situation dealing with the racial issues, I know beat up to my sister at all, not at all. But you know, sister like said, and I said, nah, I'm gonna change it. I changed it and I took it down. And like my sister was saying, she knew that she kind of felt that I didn't want to do that, and she just kind of looked at the topic and like, man, you know, Why do I want to even get into a topic of conversation like that and keep just getting into stuff like that? We have to. It's really that we have to. And see, the reason I bring that up because it's like a lot of our people don't even want to deal with these situations. They don't want to even deal with what happened to us. If we say that, there's a thing called racism, white supremacy, and that is being used against us. We're saying that if we are being disenfranchised, and we're saying that a lot of the system is stacked against us, and we know this, but we don't want to bring it up, and we don't want to talk about it. And we just like our good sister wrote the book, post-traumatic slave syndrome. I wish I had the book in front of me. Post-traumatic slave syndrome, and we don't even want to talk about it. And she talked about in that book that how after slavery, we never went to any therapy. We never had any therapy, not us, because I didn't, physically go through it, but our ancestors, and we coming up out of it as the children, we never had any, therapy to help us deal with what we went through. So we still primarily have some kind of post-traumatic slave syndrome for even us, a lot of us today, even though we can say slavery was, happened many years ago. But yeah, some of us still have the residue, that I say, of what happened. And so we don't even want to deal with that. Like they say, man, talking about it is therapeutic. And a lot of people don't even want to address the issue of what's happening. It's just like somebody who's an alcoholic or a crack, what they call crackhead, or I could call them chemical dependency or whatever. They tell them they got to talk about it. And they got to talk it out. They go to some of these, they go to rehab and all of this. And the first thing is that they tell them, you have to admit it. And, some of our people are in denial. They just straight flat foot in denial about what's happening or what is going on. So they don't even want to deal with it. They don't want to deal with the situations. They don't even want to talk about it. They don't even want you talking about it. And most of all, just not talking about it, not doing anything about it. You know damn well if they don't want to talk about it, they ain't going to try to do nothing about it. And that's a problem. That's a problem. So that's why I'm saying, man, after 9 some years of dealing with these topical conversations, and I'm just seeing what is happening in our community, I don't want to say waste my time, because it's not a waste of time. I'm just not really going to get into any, it really just focus on topic of conversation like that. Not to say I probably won't do any, but I'm not just going to make that my primary focus of getting into that. I'm mostly getting back into trying to just look at what's happening with our people, man, and far as our codes of conduct, our moral codes of conduct, and our actions of how we acting as a people. That's my whole thing now, getting more into spiritual shows, dealing with the spirituality and dealing with religious topics and stuff like that, dealing with that. And because just for instance, what I talk about, moral codes of conduct, because when I look at what's happening with a lot of our brothers out here and sisters, look how a lot of our sisters and brothers are acting, man. I studied with the teachers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and a lot of other teachers, but a lot of Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that we are the civilizers. We are the ones who are civilized that taught the uncivilized. But look how a lot of us are acting like we are uncivilized. Malcolm said, you're acting uncouth. We acting uncivilized, huh? Act like you don't have any, dignity about yourself, because I know he said that we're supposed to be dignified at all times. Yeah, like you don't have any dignity about yourself. Just what I'm talking about, I'm looking at the situation. I seen the picture that was going around on Instagram and Facebook. It's a shame, though. It's a shame that this young rapper, I don't even know his name and don't really want to know. I would like to help the brother, though, to make him understand his actions. But he had on a dress. I know y'all seen it. Well, he got on a dress and all this different colored hair, and I got on a wedding dress, and he had these 2 women who was putting a machine gun down his mouth. Come on, man. This is how we gotten today. This is where we at in our community. This is where we at in our society as a Black community. We allow these type of things to happen. We have so many so-called spiritual leaders out here We have so many so-called spiritual guides. We have so many people that talk about the conscious community, the conscious level, and we let our people run around here unconscious like this about what they are doing. We don't try to pull their coattail. We don't try to let them know, hey, brother, what you doing, bruh? That ain't cool, bruh. Look at a lot of our young brothers now and look how they're acting and look how they're carrying on in the public. I'm talking about these rappers, especially these rappers. I'm just talking about the doggone rappers now. And we're not saying anything about it. We're not addressing it. What they're doing, their actions. Come on. So we got to stop. That's why I say we got to stop complaining about our situation and change it. We got to quit complaining about the black on black crime and change it. How you gonna change it, son Ray? What's the solution? Don't. And that's one of the things I said that for a reason. I hate when people keep asking me, "What's the solution? What's the solution?" Damn it, you ain't gonna try to. What you? Some of y'all ain't gonna try to do nothing anyway. If we give you a solution, you ain't gonna do nothing but try to criticize the solution. Oh, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Instead of putting in work. Going back what I was talking about earlier on Blog Talk, the book of James said, faith without works is dead. See, some of y'all are asked what's the solution, but ain't gonna put in the work. It's just like when I was talking about here earlier about how you got a lot of Christians who read the book and they know a lot of the situation and know what they're supposed to be doing, but they don't put in work. They just say, well, we just gonna have to pray on it. We're gonna leave it in God's hand. My faith gonna change it. That ain't how that thing works. Huh? If you need a job, right? You need a job. You need some money to pay your bills, your rent due. You ain't have a job. You ain't out here looking for none. You ain't putting in no application. You ain't doing nothing. Just sit in the house. Say the Lord gonna work it out. I got a firm belief. My faith is strong. The Lord gonna work it out. He gonna work it out. Somebody gonna call me, but you ain't putting in not one application. You ain't went out here and tried at all to put in some work to try to go out here and get a job. But you just believe that by your faith, God gonna send somebody there to give you a job. That's not how that thing works. That's not how that works. That's why, again, it is said that James said, faith without works is dead. You got to work it, man. You got to get out here and like I said, pound the concrete, pound the pavement, man. Get out here and put in those applications to try to get those jobs. But our situations, man, in our community, we're going to have to change them, fam. We don't have to change them. We can't complain about them. They ain't going to change just by you complaining about them. That's not how change come, family. Who was that? Otis Redding said, it's been a long time coming, but change gonna come. You're gonna have to do some work to make that change come, man. These changes are not just gonna come on their own. You're gonna have to put in work to make these changes occur. So that's why I said there's something that was a saying or quote that I've seen. It says that how did it go? Stop complaining about what you permit or what you allow. Stop complaining about what you permit or what you allow. If we are allowing our community to be destroyed in such a way that they are, stop complaining. Stop complaining. Shut your mouth. And I don't like saying shut your mouth because this sounds kind of harsh. Stop complaining about it. Change it. Let's try to change it. So that's why I'm saying, like, when I was doing the show earlier on Blog Talk, talking about within the Christian community, you can't just pray on it. You just can't have faith. You got to try to change it. You got to put in some work. So we got to stop all this complaining about what's going on and try to change it. Look, and that's why my primary focus, again, it get back to why I said I'm really not getting into all these racial related topics of conversation, because a lot of this y'all being fooled in a damn way about all this racial stuff that's going on. You being tricked and you being hoodwinked and bamboozled, as Brother Malcolm was said, about a lot of this racial stuff. Y'all don't even understand what's going on with this stuff. Y'all run out here, and like I said, I'm not a liberal. I damn sure ain't no liberal. And I'm really not a conservative. I don't call myself a Republican. But y'all letting these liberals, and I keep telling y'all on these different shows I be talking about, you letting these liberals fool the heck out of you. I'm trying to work on my cursing, y'all. Y'all can tell, can you tell? You letting these liberals fool you. You letting these Democrats see, look, like Hillary. See what's going on with a lot of this stuff, man, because Hillary, the liberals are pissed off because they didn't win the election. So they're doing a lot of resistance against Trump. I ain't hit no fan of heels. I said it all the time, and I ain't gonna keep saying it no more. But they don't want to let this country go forward because their opponent didn't win. So they're gonna do anything in their power to destroy this country going building and growing, make any kind of change for the better for this community. They, whether it's under Trump, whoever, well, I know they're gonna let it under Trump. They don't want Trump to do anything. And it's not for Trump, it's for the so-called American people, ain't it? And it's supposed to be about the American people, but they don't want no change to come for the greater good, because it's supposed to, it go on his credit. He get credit for those good things that come. So they would rather hurt the American people and put up all of this resistance of whatever he do, to try to hurt the American people, or hurt him getting credit for the situation. But our thing is, and I ain't gonna stay long, man. I'm just coming in here for a minute. And the black community, man, we're gonna have to stop complaining about our situation and just change it, man. Just fix it. Simple as that. Run around here seeing all our lady brothers, man, running around here in these dresses, parading around on the television, to try to make $1, for to make a record or whatever. We gotta stop this stuff, bro. Sisters, we gotta stop all of this stuff that we allowing to happen to us. We gotta stop it. So my thing is, I'm going more into dealing with our moral codes of conduct. That's what I'm getting back into. And I like it when my Hebrew brothers actually be getting into that and talking on that about more about statutes, laws, and commandment. Well, laws, statutes, and commandment. That's it. I like when they get into that, because at least they're trying to bring our people back into a moral code of conduct. So they won't be out here acting foolishness. They teach about that. See, like that young brother, man, that had that dress on. They teach about stuff like that, going against stuff like that. Whether they say the Most High God, it don't matter. Look, we got a lot of people who practice a lot of different spiritual practice out here. But at least they are the ones who saying something like that. The church, man, y'all allowing this stuff to happen, huh? You allowing this to happen. You won't say nothing. You sit back, you allowing this to happen. So you got to open your mouth. You got to say something. You got to say something. This stuff, man, look, Leviticus, I know y'all said one more time, yet y'all don't even get into the Bible. Y'all don't study the Old Testament. But I'm going to show you something right fast. This Old Testament, or Torah, as they say, then with the Hebrews, here you go. Leviticus 18:22 says that thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination. That's what the book says. Son Ray didn't say this. That's Leviticus 18:22. That's what the book says. So if the book says this, and Leviticus 18:22 says that thou shalt not lay with mankind as with womankind, because it is abomination. If the Bible says this, or the book says this, or the Torah said this, and they said it's the law God gave to the children of Israel, but now man, the federal law, can now say or pass a federal law and say this is the new law of the land. And now everything we seeing going on, that's why we can see the young brother, that the rapper that can put on put the dress on, a wedding dress, and stick a machine gun down his mouth like he's sucking on a rod. Huh? I'm not trying to be provocative, but that's why we can allow. See, that's allowed now because we're not saying nothing. We're not saying, and we allowing these stuff to happen in our communities. We're allowing stuff like this to happen. You're going to see a lot more stuff that's go on like this because we're not saying nothing. I mean, we're not doing nothing. Damn, we're saying a lot. We always complaining. We're putting stuff on Facebook. A lot of negative stuff that we put up on Facebook about us. And even with that picture, with that rapper, it's all on Instagram. People sharing it, sharing and sharing. And look, come on, man. You need to grab hold of that young brother. Come here, young brother. What are you doing, bruh? We don't need to share all that negative stuff all over the social media. We don't need the whole world to keep seeing all that. We understand. We know this foolishness is going on. But what are we going to do to try to change this situation? Complaining about it ain't doing a damn thing. But we got to start to change it, fam. What's that saying says again? Don't complain about what you accept. Stop complaining about what you allowing to happen. We allowing, if we keep allowing them to push all of these different agendas in our community, that's our fault. If we keep allowing people to come in and keep us disenfranchised, that's our damn fault. You keep saying we don't have no job. Well, we ain't have this, we ain't got that. That's our fault. We keep allowing the Arabs to come in and buy up all the stores in our community. Now you don't have no way to even all your food and all of this, your clothing and all of this coming from other people other than your own community, other than people like you coming in your community, setting up the stores and taking the money out of your community. Huh? But we're allowing this to happen. We're allowing this to happen. We don't even want to talk about it. Like I said, when I tried to bring up an issue the other day, I was going to bring it up. Like I said, man, you know what? I don't even want to deal with it. I changed my mind. And then, people like, well, I'm glad you did, man. You tired of talking about stuff like that? No, I ain't. I'm really not tired of talking about racial related issues. It ain't white folks that making me tired of it. It's my own people, because who don't want to listen? Let me give y'all another scripture right fast. Y'all don't mind. And that's what I'm going to. I know people used to listen to me. If they don't like it, me talking about scripture, man, obviously, so what, man? I really don't care no more about it. It's not about appeasing people no more. It's not about appeasing, because, sometimes you can't elevate. Your elevation don't go nowhere, because sometimes we want to appease people. We so afraid of what other people going to feel about us. And we're not being at our excellence, because we worried about how other people gonna feel. Oh man, he with that religion stuff. I thought he was this. Oh man, but you ain't doing nothing but sitting back criticizing everything that somebody else do. So I'm not into that no more. I'm gonna do what I feel that the Spirit have me to do, and I'm going back from what made me correct my life. So if I get back into the Bible, I'm get back into the Holy Quran, whatever spiritual books I get into, I'm going back there, man. Look, man, it ain't about you. Like if it ain't about me, it damn sure ain't about you. It damn sure ain't about you, unless it's trying to help you. You don't want to hear nothing what nobody got to tell you. Just keep on damn complaining, sit your butt back, and you accept what's happening. But here we go. Hosea 4:6, chapter 4, verse 6 again, where it says that my people, y'all always hear me say this, because I'm going to keep on emphasizing this until we catch a hold to it. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, because they have rejected knowledge. See, I ain't going to cut it short like everybody else do. They say, yeah, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, and leave it alone right there. But it says, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, because they have rejected knowledge. We got to quit rejecting when somebody is trying to come in and they're trying to make us aware of what's happening to us. When somebody is blowing the trumpets and trying to let you know danger is right around the corner, danger is lurking on your heels, danger is lying at your footstep or at your foot, what you gonna do? But we want to reject it. So the whole notion is what I was saying, when we try to bring our people up and we try to let them know about what is happening to us as a race of so-called people. I don't want to hear that, man. Damn, ain't y'all tired of talking about that, man? I ain't want y'all to move on to something else. Won't we had moved from the position that we at as a people that they say that they have at the lower end of the totem pole. We ain't moved from that. So why in the heck should we move on from topics of conversation of trying to elevate our people to the state of excellence that we're supposed to be at? If we go back in history, we talk about the history in this thing they call the Kunz community. They talk about history, want to always talk about how excellent that we were in history. That's they say what history is, what the past. Look, we are now in the present. How great can we be right now in the present? All of that history that we talk about in this so-called community, right? About Egypt and in this place and that place. Yes, it was great. but it fell. It's falling. Other people, now you can say, well, look on the wall. See, that's us on the wall. There was black folks on the wall, but your black tail ain't living there now. Huh? You ain't living there now, living in that excellence that you say you built. Other folks running there. They tearing down the temples. They tearing down the monuments that you say our ancestors built. Huh? You got to ask they permission. Can you come over there to Egypt now and go on tour? Not to move there, but to go on tour, because that's all you're doing. You're going over there on a tour and come right back to the United States, where you're going back into Chicago, New York, Atlanta, wherever you at. You're going right back down to those places. You can't stay. You can't stay. No. You ain't staying. But we got to get back to our excellence, man, right now. Damn, what happened 2,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago. That's great to know that we did accomplish that in the beginning. But what are we going to do now? There's a part that's in the scripture, y'all. I forgot exactly where it's at right now. And pardon me. It says that the last should be first and the first should be last. I mean, hold on. Yeah. The last should be first and the first should be last, will be last. Huh? So we talk about how we were first. We were the first ones on the planet, dog. Like the Elijah Muhammad teaching the message of the black man and then the teaching of the nation of Islam. It says that we are the original man. And that's the question in the Supreme Wisdom Lessons. Who is the original man? Huh? And we said that the Asiatic black man. It said that we are the original man. So that means to say if we are the original, the so-called black man, that means that we are first. And now, what ranking in this thing they call race are we at now? Because in a race, you're going to have first, second, third, fourth, whatever, how many people that's in this race. What race are we in? What position in this race are we in right now? Huh? As a so-called race. Dr. Malachi Z. York says that no one wins the race and racism. We might not be at the finish line to say that someone has won the race, but someone right now is in the head of the race in this thing called race or racism. Someone is leading. And it damn sure ain't us. Where we at, y'all? We at the back of the bus like they did with Rosa Parks. We at the back of the bus when it come down to the people being in a race. But we don't want to listen. We don't want to listen to the situations that's going to help us better ourselves. I remember a while back, a couple of years ago, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, when he was dealing with his Dianetics. I don't agree with it, but I remember when he was talking about the situation that we have mental problems or mental situations that's occurring with us of what happened because of what happened to us. It goes back to just that book I was talking about. What's the sister name? I think her name is Joyce DeGray. I got the book over there, Sister Joyce DeGray, in that book, Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. And when she's talking about the syndromes that's happening because of what we went through dealing with slavery. So Honorable Minister Farrakhan said he was going to deal with the Dianetics part of it. Like I said, I don't agree with that, but I'm just going to what he was talking about. He says we had these engrams, as they call it in Dianetics, Scientology, that's in us that we had to come out and we had to go through this therapy to get out of us. So we can talk about it and overcome this stuff by talking about it. See, like I said again, as our sister Joyce DeGray said, that we never had a healing process through coming up out of slavery, going through all what we went through the oppression here. We never had a healing process, and we don't want to even talk about it. We would rather hide it. It's just like a woman being in a abusive relationship, and her mama and her dad and her friends and everybody's trying to talk to her and counsel her to say, look at here, you got to get out of their relationship. That man gonna kill you. And it could go the other way for a woman too, but I'm just using man right now and a woman. That man gonna kill you. He gonna Ike Turner you. He gonna beat you down, sister. He gonna kill you. The signs are there. You need to get away. No, he loved me. You're going to make up all kind of excuses. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. He loved me. He just going through something right now. They read about it on the news. They found her dead in a trash can somewhere, in a dumpster in the back of a store somewhere. Everybody tried to talk to her. She didn't want to talk to her. She was in a state of denial. She didn't want no help. She tried to cover it up. She tried all her best to cover it up. She used makeup to cover up the black eyes, mascara, all that to cover up all that stuff, the beating and the pain that she was going through. That's how a lot of us try to do by not talking about these certain situations. We'd rather not deal with the certain situations. And let me go with this one right here. And see, I'm kind of to the point is that's why I said I don't want to deal with really racial relation topics no more. Cause why? I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna get y'all the lowdown on it. Cause I even look at this situation with Colin Kaepernick, and I'm not a Colin Kaepernick fan either. Like I ain't a Donald Trump fan. But the situation that went down. Black folk, Colin Kaepernick, right, was talking about how the so-called black and the brown was being mistreated by police or killed or being like I said abused by police. You know, he that's why he so-called took that knee. I said, y'all quit taking stands on your knee, stand up on your feet, quit trying to fight on your knees, get on your knees only when you pray. That's what I say, but get back on point. But Colin Kaepernick, that's why he supposed took that knee to try to bring some light to what was going on with the so-called injustice of the black and the brown. Y'all know the brown is supposed to be the Hispanic or whatever that they call the Hispanic community. Or the Mexican community, whatever. But black folks abandoned Colin Kaepernick. When they abandoned him, they looked at it, what he was doing, and it was more black folks who talked against Colin Kaepernick than it was supporting him. Oh man, black folk got, oh man, yeah, black folks, they talked about Colin Kaepernick, talked about him being crazy, talked about him being a fool. I listened to Steve Harvey, Steve Harvey was talking about it. They was all against him at one time. Now, since it made so much light on it, and you know, he didn't want to be called a coon, as people would call him, like they did Charles Barkley. Now he don't change his stance now, since he's seen that the white man, Jerry Jones and all them got on the stage. I mean, got out there and started taking a knee. See, when the white man got involved, now now the Negroes, he had to go ahead and change his stance and viewpoint on it. But when it wasn't no black folks or when there wasn't no white folks involved, Colin Kaepernick, he need to stop that, man. He need to stop that. Ain't no police brutality. But as soon as the white man's okay, we're gonna go ahead and kneel down too. Oh, see there? Yeah, what Colin Kaepernick did, he did the right thing. See how we do? See how we do? But to get back on it, black people abandoned Colin Kaepernick. I had said, this is what I had said once. I said it on Blog Talk, and I was telling a brother at work once. Excuse me, when I was talking about it. I was in, man, excuse me, fam. I said, when I've seen what was going on and when he couldn't get a job in the NFL because of what his stance was, it wasn't because he couldn't play. It was because of his stance. They didn't give him a job in the NFL because he was standing for the black and the brown and the brutality that they was going through, police brutality and what was happening. Black folks didn't try to stand for it. They didn't say nothing. They just went on by their way. Just constantly went on by our way and just continued. And I got to say this. People, they was talking about Spike Lee and everybody was talking about since they won't give Colin Kaepernick a job and this and that, we need to boycott the NFL. What black folk doing right now? Right now, black folks sitting there watching. It's a lot of black folk watching football. Y'all ain't even start watching damn football. Huh? Y'all posting up scores all on Facebook. Y'all ain't even start watching football. This man ain't even got a job right now because of his stance for you. But you ain't even, you won't even start watching football. See, I know some of y'all don't get mad at me, but I don't care. I don't care. I'm not here for likes. I'm here for truth. I'm here to stand against what is true. Some of y'all still gonna watch. Y'all still watching damn football. Tomorrow, y'all gonna be talking about football at work. Wherever you at, y'all gonna be talking about them damn scores. Ain't worried about somebody. The injustice is happening with you. in the community. Stop complaining about your situation and change it, and just change it. Y'all still gonna watch that damn football. But go back. I had said that if I was Colin Kaepernick and I had been in that situation, I was standing up for black folks, and then y'all abandoned me like that. All of y'all just abandoned me like, damn, man, I can't even get a job, man, because I'm standing for y'all. This ain't got nothing to do with me, because I'm trying to help, speak up against what the community. Because see, black folks said Colin Kaepernick ain't black anyway. So they were saying he ain't black. So that's why I'm using when he was saying he's standing up for y'all. Black folks say he ain't black because he was raised by some white folks, and some people say he's an Arab. Whatever he is, he was standing up for so-called black community, bringing awareness to what the situation was going on. And other black celebrities, football players at the time, they weren't trying to get involved in that, and they didn't want to turn over tables, as they say, according to the book. That Yahweh Shai, or what y'all call Jesus in the Bible. Y'all don't want to turn no tables over. Y'all didn't want to interfere with that. You want to keep getting them crumbs out the master's table. I understand. But Colin Kaepernick, I would have said, you know what, man, these folk, man, don't want to stick behind me now. I can't get a job because I'm trying to stand up for them. Man, I'd like, you know what? I'd have called a press conference and been like, you know what? This is what I said. Man, look, let me call a press conference. NFL, y'all know what? I apologize. I really apologize for taking that knee. I really apologize for taking a stance. You know what? I'm like, well, you know what? I believed in what I was standing for. I truly believe in what I'm standing for. Now, my belief in what I was doing was right. But here's the situation. The people that I was trying to fight for and bring awareness to what was happening with them weren't even trying to bag me. So why I should suffer for them and not having a job when these people they're not even trying to help themselves. So I apologize. I truly do apologize. I'm sorry, NFL. Man, can I give me a job, man? Because look, y'all ain't got to worry about me doing that no more. Because they ain't even trying to stand up for themselves. I'd have shamed the hell out of us as black folk. I'm black too. I'd have shamed the hell out of our black community. See, that's what I'm saying. I'd have put all of us to shame. Not all of us, but I'd put the black community ass to shame, the black nation, the black America to shame. Because it's how it is. When people try to fight for us, who do put their life on the line for you, for us as a black community, we turn our backs on them. Oh, shit, I ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. Shit, I ain't got nothing to do with that right there. All of our ancestors who died, who fought for us to have a better way, we turned our backs on everything they have done. We turn our backs on them. We quote some of them, but we don't live what they even talked about and what they fought for. Now the civil rights movement with Dr. King them, the civil rights movement now, they have overtold the what is the LGBT? I can't even pronounce them alphabets. They have hijacked it now and making it about them, making it like the civil rights movement was about the gay rights. That wasn't what it was about. See, y'all don't let them even hijack that. So now the people later on down the line gonna think that the civil rights movement didn't have nothing to do with what was happening with the injustice or equality, what was happening with black people. They gonna think that it was later on. I'm talking about some of our children. They gonna think when they read about the history books on some of this later, they gonna think it had something to do with the LGBT or what a Q. Now they got another alphabet along with it. They gonna think it was about them getting rights to gay marriages and stuff. That's how that's how we don't let this stuff get turned, man. Because we don't keep standing up. Look at here. The other thing that they talk about in business and elsewhere, they said once you get to the top, you got to fight harder to be able to stay at the top. What? Because success don't come just that. Look, somebody's always trying to come take your spot. Nelly them had a song called Number One Spot. Somebody's always trying to come take your number one spot. Old Jordan at one particular time, they said he was the best in the NBA. Which I don't deal with Jordan. But now LeBron James, they're saying he's the best. Kobe, all of these people were at their pinnacle at that particular time. Somebody's always trying to come get that #1 spot. What we used to play that thing called King of the Mountain when we was little. Play King of the Mountain. You stand on that little on the little hill of the mountain. Somebody just trying to bump and knock you off. That's how it is. So you got to stand there. You got to try to fight hard to stay where we at. So every little inch that we get as a so-called black community, we got to fight hard to make sure we keep that inch, because somebody will try to push you back a foot if you don't watch it. So when we get an inch, somebody gonna try to push you back a foot. They're gonna try to push you back a yard if we don't watch it. So we're gonna be back at the starting gate where we was at first. Just for instance, y'all, I just throw this in the top of my head. This whole election process, voters' right. Don't y'all know that still it's supposed to be, it get voted on every 25 years? Now, yeah. So y'all talking about we got the right to vote. We got the things change, Son Ray. What you talking about, Son Ray? We better off, man. Come on, bro. We better off. Why you got to keep getting your stuff voted on every 25 years? What I think, I forgot the year that it goes up, because Bush was the last one who signed it. He signed it and gave it a 25-year extension, Bush. So after this 25, man, just for instance, say that they don't want to let black folk vote no more. They just all of a sudden say, well, no, we ain't gonna let y'all vote no more. We through. We through. Y'all through. Is it? Is it? We have a lot more Donald Trumps. Oh, I don't think that'll ever happen no more, but they take their 25 years away from you. I mean, then what? So, like I said, man, it's sometime that, and going back to why I don't want to deal with this, man, because our people don't. Why you got to keep fighting for people who don't want to fight for themselves? Why you want to keep fighting for people who want to fight for themselves? That's why I say, man, I'm gonna deal with more. I'm trying to go back more and to deal with our people on a more moral issues. Try to clean our people up on the moral issues, because I see that's where we're going wrong at more on anything else dealing with race, because this racial issue thing gonna be here. We got to get our people right, because our people, man, out here popping all kind of pills. They drinking all kind of alcohol. They doing all kind of living all kind of defiled lifestyles that's under the sun, everything under the sun. And I ain't just talking about the folks that just don't go to church. I ain't talking about just the folks that don't go to the mosque. I ain't talking about, look, that ain't got no knowledge. I'm talking about some folks that got knowledge of self. I'm talking about some folks that go to church. I'm talking about some folks that go to the mosque, practice Islam. I'm talking about all them too. I'm talking about it's a lot of us that do some stuff we ain't got no business. We don't have no business doing, and we know better. So we got to clean ourselves up, fam. You can't teach people liberation, man, when they foul, when their mind is all fogged up and fouled up. They don't care nothing about no liberation. When and no freedom. They high on drugs. They in the strip club making it rain. Huh? They twerking all every doggone well. They ain't worried about no liberation, Son Ray. They too busy listening to the music, trying to make it keep pop to the rhythm. Huh? They focus on the rhythm, Son Ray. They ain't got time to hear you talking about no bad about it being oppressed, man. Come on, bro. They don't want to hear that. So we got to get our people cleaned up, get their minds right. See, when your mind is right, you understand and you wake up and you will see the other stuff that's wrong. See, when your mind is befogged, I remember the Holy Quran say it's befogged. When your mind is befogged, is polluted. Nothing else. You ain't gonna see. You don't see clear, huh? You can't see clear. Your water got dirt in it. Your water got dirt in it. Y'all remember that movie, the Malcolm X movie, right? And when that part with Honorable Elijah Muhammad, they got to play Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Brother Malcolm, Brother Denzel Washington. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave him an example. So you give your people two glass, a clean glass and a dirty glass. Put it beside each other. See which one your people will accept. See which one your people going to drink out of. A lot of our people drinking out these dirty glasses. They would rather have the dirty water. They would rather have the water with the filth in it. Yeah, that's what they rather have. They would rather have the filth. Look, The scripture, or they said the gospel says that you can't serve two masters. You can either have to love one or hate the other. You can't no you can't you can't love or serve two masters. You're gonna have to love one or hate the other. We need to let our ask our family what side you gonna choose. Huh? You want the side of righteousness or you want the side of wrongdoing? Or they say evil or good and evil. Or I learned as in dealing with the Wabians, they say agreeable or disagreeable. I go with that one. Which one you want? You want the agreeable life or you want this disagreeable life? Things that disagree with nature. We ain't got to go with the God thing. Things that go against nature or the natural way of doing things. You want that disagreeable way of life or you want the agreeable way? Huh? Which one you choose? Yeah, ain't no in between. Ain't no I gotta make my mind up. Ain't none of that. Ain't none of that make my mind up. Ain't none of that in between. No, sir. What they say, the here and now. What they say, the time is at hand. Y'all remember the Bible and all the scriptures, you said it all the time. The time is now at hand. The time is now at hand. You got to make your decision. Which one you gonna want? Which one you want? Because our people are being destroyed at a rapid rate. Look at it. Like I posted on Facebook just the other day. I posted and said that our people right now or society is at a been set for a dumb down. They're setting our society at a dumbing down. And like I said, just look around you. You think I'm lying about that? Everybody's being programmed now to be dumbed down. Y'all know what I mean by dumbed down. You don't want to look at the truth. Everything, like Donald Trump says, fake news. You believing all the fake information that's put out here. You don't want to listen to the truth. You don't want to listen to it. Just look around you. Just look around you. Those of you who so-called know the truth, just look around you and see what's happening. Just for instance, like I said, with, and I'm gonna throw this in here. The situation is supposed to happen with the young soldier that got killed and in Africa. And that, what was that? Yeah, Africa, and got left by his troops, which ain't nobody should be touched. Somebody ought to be asking that question. How did they leave him behind? And they slogan is no man left behind. How did he get left behind? But that's a whole nother problem. I mean, situation. And now this congresswoman, who's this liberal, like I keep telling y'all one more time, I'm gonna jump back into that, who is liberal or Democrat as y'all call them, want to tell y'all that and make this like a racial issue by, and they knew by him being the only black or the black that got left behind. Yeah, by it ain't looking at just he got left behind, but they made it like he's black. And then he said this to this woman. I mean, his sister, his wife. I don't want to call her a woman. His wife. He was very disrespectful, but not tell the whole damn story. She didn't tell y'all the whole story. Y'all go and look it up, man. She didn't tell y'all the whole. She just left off the part which says that he knew what he signed up for. Go look up the whole story. See, that's that liberal thing that they're trying to do, to keep this racial stuff going on, this divide stuff going on. So y'all ain't gonna pay attention to what's actually going on. Look at all of this stuff with George Soros, Black Lives Matter, the funder, the money bank, the piggy bank behind Black Lives Matter, that really ain't fighting for nobody's good. They just out there just causing a lot of disruption and chaos. That's all. Look at a lot of these groups, man, that's out here protesting. Who are behind them? These libertarians, these so-called libertarians, these liberals. They don't have a true agenda. Well, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. That's not what I really want to say. Let me see here. I'm trying to think of it. The action is not what y'all actually thinking is for. Huh? They fooling you. They doing the, since I talk about football, they throwing a flea flicker on y'all. The what they state in their mouths and saying the cause ain't really what the cause is about. There's a whole nother agenda. On the surface, for you, they have you thinking Black Lives Matter, fighting for police brutality and all of this stuff. Whole time they don't give a damn about no police brutality. They're trying to cause chaos and mayhem to try to bring something else in this country. A lot of civil disorder. That's the word where I'm looking for, to bring in a lot of civil disorder. That's all they about. That's why when you seen all of these places where they having these protests and them riots, what happened? Riots, like I just said, riots go on, chaos break out, chaos ensue. That's their job. That's their mission. That's what they're getting paid to do. Y'all heard what I just said? I said get paid to do. Not doing it because they're trying to actually want to bring change. They feel in their heart and their spirit it has to be changed. They're getting paid to do this. So we're getting fake situations where people acting like they're trying to change our situations in our community. They acting like they are stop complaining, as I put in the title. They're trying to stop complaining and do something about what they're instead of complaining about it, they're trying to do something. They fake news, baby. Fake news, Donald Trump said. They right. So I just want to come in here, man, and tell you, man, we got to stop all this complaining about what's happening with us and just fix it. Fix it. And when other people are out here trying to do what they can to fix the problem or our problems, quit complaining about them trying to fix the problem. If you don't want to get involved, get out the way. Sit your butt on the sideline. Stay out the way. Let us do what we got to do to try to fix these problems. If we want to talk about the racism problem, to try to heal a lot of our people, to try to make a lot of our people understand what is happening, because here we go. There was a saying that they said that a great sister, Black Moses, as they call her, or Grandma Moses, Harriet Tubman, said that she could have freed more slaves only if they knew that they were slaves. Only if they knew their situation was wrong. That's why Nat Turner did what he did. I'm not saying we got to go kill nobody. Hell no, I ain't saying that, y'all. But you got to understand the situation. He eventually knew that the situation that he was seeing, what was happening with those people, wasn't right. Not those people, I ain't mean to say it like that, but the other people that looked like him wasn't right. And he figured that was the situation by going in, killing the plantation owners. Like I ain't saying we got to take that road, but we got to understand, man, that something has to be done. And that Turner then look, reading that book gave him a revolutionary stance to do what he did. He said, man, and that was the only way he figured that he could do it. Some people like that, man. They figured, well, this is the only way I think that can change gonna come. But he did something. He didn't just sit back and just pray. And he was a preacher. That's what I'm saying. Preachers, we got to stop teaching this. Y'all got to stop. I ain't saying y'all got to stop teaching this. Just have faith thing. Because the book of James, as I was talking about, said faith without works is dead. I can show you my works. I can show you my faith by my works. I can show it to you. Just watch me work. Just watch me work. But that's it, family. I'm finna get ready to get up out of here, man. I appreciate it. But we got to change, man, these situations and stop complaining about them. Stop complaining about them. And stop complaining about other people who's trying to change the situation. Stand out the way. That's all you got to do. Stand out the way. You don't believe in it. You don't want to get into it. Get on out the damn way. Do what you do on your end. Do what you do. Just stand out the way. That's all I'm saying. Just stand out the way. Hey, y'all, I'm Brother Son Ray 9. Has been in this house right here, man, for the Son Ray 9 show. I really do appreciate y'all for tuning in. And do me a favor, family. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you can, go ahead and share the videos. And I want to be able to let these messages, man, go out to the rest of the family, man, and do what we got to do to help liberate the minds of our people by any means necessary, man. Just help free the minds of our people, man. We most definitely got to try to free the minds of our people by any means necessary. Most definitely. So like I said, man, y'all can just share the show. I really appreciate it. Most definitely. Hey, like I said, man, I'll be trying to do some shows more often and come in here and talk and do what I have to do. Like I said, don't forget to go and check out the website. That's Culture Freedom radio.net, culturefreedomradio.net. And I will try to have some more guests and everybody on here with me as well. I thank y'all for tuning in right here to Culture Freedom Radio, Sunray 9 show. Peace, peace.